All right, and welcome to week 2. Now, last week, in week 1, you created your small game doc and you made and finalized your main character in classic pixel art. Now, this week, you are going to take the game doc you've done and the samples draft you did of your level in week 1, and you are going to start putting tiles. Okay, this is very important. Seamless textures, basically. So you're going to learn seamless textures and how to create seamless tiles, and then you are going to tile your level with those seamless tiles. It is important to note that it is just the seamless tiles. It is not the customization of, for example, having blood on the floor or a bullet hole. Those are decals and will be done in week 3 next week. This week you're doing basically the bread and butter of your game, which is, let's say if you look at the play field, you should have just a couple play field. Alright? You shouldn't have every play field different from the beginning to the end of your level. You should have 4 or 5 seamless tiles made of seamless textures that you tile one after the others at will, using my technique to create a complete full level. That's what it gets down to. It doesn't get much deeper than that. It is actually fairly easy. So you have the welcome week 2. This is where you should be here right now with my video right there. You're going to create seamless textures. You're going to create patterns. You're going to create tileable tiles. And you're going to use the 2D video game editor or Photoshop, depending if you are a Mac user or a Windows user. This is very important to listen to what I'm saying right now. If you are a Mac user, so now we're going to week 2 lectures. If you're a Mac user, you're going to make sure that you are going to watch the user level creation using Photoshop. Okay, that's for the Mac users. If you're a Windows user, you're going to use the little XNA editor that my team's done years ago. Okay, so you will read that part right there. Okay, you make sure you watch the videos in seamless textures and seamless tiles, how to make your palette and patterns using Photoshop. Obviously, the level tiling, you need to tile your level in Photoshop or in the XNA editor. You have a couple Word document here for the same thing than the videos right there, but in document. Okay, and some samples of video game and tile samples. Okay, so that's pretty much it for your lectures. If you look at the modules, if you are your forum is right here, first of all, and we'll talk of the project in a second. Your forum 2 to post your progress is right here. If you are a Windows user, you need to use the level editor. If you are a Mac user, you need to follow the process of the the Mac Photoshop system right here. So this is it for your lectures. All right. Now in your modules in week 2 still, you have the forum, obviously, the window, as we talked about, the editor for the window users, the forum right here, and the project 2, which is most important to you, obviously. In the project 2, you are going to create basically in Photoshop if you're a Mac user, or in the XNA editor if you are a window user. You are going to create the bread and butter of your level. Okay, you are going to create 5 frames of this format. So 640 by 480 is 1 frame. That would represent, let's say, just what you're seeing right here, right now. But if I scroll down right here, that would be another frame. Okay, so each of those frames should be 640 by 480 side by side from left to right. It's a side scroller. Okay, so your final size of your level should be 3200 pixels by 480. This is very important. Now, for that level, what you need to do is you need to create tiles, at least 15 to 20 tiles. So at least 12, not 15, at least 12 and a max of 20 tiles to create your full level. The tiles that you need are going to be sky, far background, play field, and foreground. Each tiles must be seamless using the techniques we have right here. The 5 frames again are it here right here, okay, and you need to create the whole thing from the beginning to the end. Okay, it is very important that Mac users, you know that you're doing it in Photoshop. Okay, this is your grading criteria right here. This is your rubric basically right here. I don't put in the rubric right here, I put it directly in your assignment. Good luck and have fun in your week 2.